Hello football fans and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a tough result for Indian football. A match that many of us had high hopes for. Blue Tigers faced Bangladesh in the AFC Asian Cup 2027 Qualifiers and unfortunately, it ended in a heartbreaking 1-0 defeat for India at the AFC National Stadium. This result has major implications for our campaign, so let's break down exactly what happened, what it means for the team, and what the future holds. The match started with a lot of back and forth action, but it was Bangladesh, ranked 183rd in the world. WHO struck fast and decisively, just 12 minutes into the game. They launched a blistering counter-attack after clearing an Indian long throw. Rakib Hussain was the architect, speeding down the left flank and delivering a perfect low cross. An unmarked Sheikh Morsalim was waiting in the middle and the coolly slipped the ballpesta au equipe, Gurpreet Singh Sindhu. It was a classic sucker punch, a quick, clinical move that cut away defense off guard, for a team ranked 136th. Conceding solely to the homicide was a real shock to the system and set the tone for a frustrating evening. After the tally goal, India didn't just roll over. They quickly tried to regain their composure and started building their own attacks. With some immediate responses in the 17th minute. Sejong Wangham found himself with a chance from outside the box after a clearance, but his shot didn't have the venom it needed. Shortly after, Nikhil Prabhu also tried his luck from a distance, but his effort was blocked. You could see the intent was there. The desire to get back into the game was clear, but the final product was just missing in those crucial early moments after conceding. The team was probing, trying to find a way through a Bangladeshi defense that was now playing with the confidence of a one-goal lead. India's best chance of the entire first half came just after the 30th-minute mark. It was a moment of pure hustle from striker Rahim Ali. It chased down what looked like a lost cause, putting immense pressure on the Bangladesh goalkeeper, Mitul Marma, and actually managed to win the ball right off him. This was it. The golden opportunity. Rahim played it back to McCarton Louis Nixon. WHO then laid it up for Lions Walla Chante. The goal was wide open, it was the equalizer we were all praying for. But out of nowhere, Bangladesh midfielder Hamza Chowdhury, WHO plays his club football in England, made a heroic intervention, and literally put his head on the line. Blocking Changte's shot and saving a second goal. It was an incredible piece of last-ditch defending and a moment of absolute agony for Indian fans. That was a moment that could have changed the entire complexion of the match. Despite that missed opportunity, the Blue Tigers seemed to gain a bit of confidence from it. Their attack started looking more structured and dangerous. In the 35th minute, a corner from Changte found Warali. WHO made good contact with his head, but again, the Bangladeshi defense was resolute and managed to clear it. A few minutes later, War was in the thick of it again. This time, flicked on a long throw from Raul Beeke, setting up Rahim Ali for what would have been a spectacular goal. Rahim attempted an audacious back volley, a moment of pure flair, but unfortunately, it couldn't connect properly, and the chance went begging just before the half-time whistle. Hamza Chowdhury almost added to India SMC with a volley of his own, but thankfully it went just wide at the post. So, we went into the break 1-0 down. Having had chances but unable to combat them. Coming out for the second half, head coach Khalid Hamil knew he had to change things up and made a key substitution, bringing on Mahesh Singh Naorem for Nikhil Prabhu. And credit where it's due. This change had an immediate impact. Mahesh brought a new level of creativity and energy to the pitch, and started causing real problems for the Bangladesh defense. His movement and passing started to open things up for India early in the second half. They swept in a dangerous free kick from the left. Raul Beeke rose highest and headed it towards the goal where Rahim Ali was lurking, ready to pounce and pitting. But once again, the Bangladesh defenders were swarming, managing to clear the danger just before it could reach a heavily marked striker. The pressure was mounting, but the breakthrough remained elusive. The search for an equalizer continued, and coach Hamil decided to roll the dice again, bringing on two debutants, Mohamed Sanan and Lalrem Pluanga Fanai. Sanan, in particular, looked lively on the left wing. He brought fresh legs, tricky, and adequacy de three despiatlinidad in the 66th minute. He showed exactly what he could do. Receiving a pass from Rahim Ali, Sanan executed a brilliant dummy, completely fooling his mark. He cut inside onto his stronger foot and unleashed a shot. For a second, it looked like this could be the moment. The debut goal that would save the day. But the Bangladesh keeper was up to the test and made the save. Despite the attacks and tactical changes, the story of the second half was one of near misses and frustrating clearances. India dominated possession and created chance after chance. But that final, clinical touch was just not there. As the clock ticked down, the desperation grew. India threw everything they had forward. But the Bangladeshi defense helped them. They defended with their lips, blocking shots, winning headers, and closing down space relentlessly. The final whistle blew, confirming the 1-0 victory for the home side. It was a massive result for them and a devastating one for India, on a side note. A small milestone was achieved amidst the disappointment, as Lions were chanted his 50th International Cup for the Blue Tigers, a great achievement for him personally. But surely one he would have preferred to celebrate with a win. So, what does this mean for India's qualification hopes? Well, it's not good. With this result, India remains at the bottom of Group C with just 2 points from their campaign. Bangladesh moved up to the place with 5 points. The top 2 teams in the group were Singapore and Hong Kong. China, LA in the day, Singapore beat Hong Kong China 2-1. Which means Singapore has held the top spot with 1 points and has officially qualified for the Asian Cup. Hong Kong China finished second with 8 points. Unfortunately for us, our journey in these qualifiers has come to an end. It's a bit a pill to swallow, especially given the amount of pressure and chances we created in that second half. It is a performance that raises a lot of questions about our finishing ability and our capacity to break down a determined, low black defense. Looking ahead, this result is a major setback and will spark a lot of discussion about the direction of the national team. We saw glimpses of promise, especially from the substitutes like Mahesh and the debutant Sanan. But glimpses aren't enough at this level. We need consistency and a killer instinct in front of goal. The team will now have to regroup, analyze what went wrong, and prepare for the next set of challenges. It's back to the drawing board for Coach Khalid Hamil and the entire squad. The potential is there, we see it in moments. But translating that potential into victories is the challenge that continues to face Indian football. What did you think of the performance? Where do we go from here? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. It is a tough day to be an Indian football fan, but we'll always stand by the Blue Tigers. Thanks for watching, and if you want to stay updated on all things Indian football, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll be back soon with more analysis. Take care.